So today we decided to do a challenge to build a house for a random amount of Sims with a random amount of money. So we went on random number generator, and I did this to get a number between 1 and 10, and I got 10 Sims. And not remembering that a household could have 8 Sims max. So we're building it for the max of 8 Sims, not 10. So I just kinda ignore that. So first I started with 2,500 as the minimum. Figure I didn't want to go too high, and 10,000 as the max. I was like, let's try to make this hard. I was contemplating if 10,000 was too much, but I wasn't sure, since I usually don't play on like with a budget. yeah. And of course we got 3,823 simoleons to build a house to accommodate 8 Sims. How lucky. So throughout this I was trying to figure out where would we build, which world, and I was trying to figure out, should I factor in the cost of the lot in this build, and I was like, I guess not, because it's already so little amount of money. So we'll just build the house itself with the little over $3,200. So I decided I would find the smallest lot possible, just so the house, because the house will be small, of course. So yeah, I was just looking around for the smallest lot, and I couldn't be bothered to make original Sims. So I just like randomized Sims. As first one I got, I just gave them a name and some traits, and that was it. And oh, of course I have wicked whims, so the broken libido is a trait you can have. It's fun. And then I got bored with that, and so I just started use making Sims with a story. And so we did that, and those are our 8 Sims, a full house. Nice. The 4-man house. I find it funny that I was still trying to see if I could add more Sims to the house to make it 10, but not 8 is the max. But yeah, I find it funny that even in a household with 8 Sims, you still start off with this basic amount of money, 24 like 24,000. That's not a lot for 8 Sims to start. So I was not like 2,400 is actually not that much less. That doesn't make sense, but it's not. Yeah, it's not much less. Oh, I know. Notice what was she thinking about? A fire? She wants to start a fire. So yeah, this was me giving them their money. Oh no, oh no. So yeah. Wait, what did I just say? Oh my god, my maths was wrong. So like over here, I initially decided to make this a 2-tier house. Wouldn't that be fancy? But I couldn't figure out how to make this a 2-tier house without it costing all of my money on walls. And eventually when I did make it into a 2-tier house, oh no. Yeah. And eventually when I did make it into a 2-tier house, it just kinda ended up looking really wonky. Let's skip forward. It looks so wonky. Like, what is that? And it's so ugly because it's roof, so you can't it's a platform, sorry, so you can't even, not to my knowledge, change the color. So you're stuck with that. So I had to start over from the first floor. You see me trying to make a bathroom work and failing. Yeah, I'll put the toilet there. I'll put the shower from university on the other side, and then a sink with a mirror. That's a nice bathroom. It's open, complete zero privacy, but it's 8 people in this tiny house, so what is privacy anyway? Right, and then to put the cherry on top of my disaster cake, a nice roof. Nice. Give them a nice front door. Not that one. Not that one. That one is too expensive. This one, use the door. My thought process was using the glass door. At least they'd have some form of window, and it would also be functional. And this over here, this was me trying to figure out how to give them a bathroom. So that was what I had planned. But yeah, I planned on putting nothing but glass doors on both ends, and that would be their window and also their door. And then after putting the bathroom at the end here, I was like, how do I close this up? Because clearly it's an open facing bar. You could go to the bathroom and look out at nature while you take care of nature, while nature calls and whatnot. But I didn't really seem too pleasurable now, did it? So I was like, how do I remedy this? And I was like, you know what? Platforms to save the day. So that's what I did. So I tried to bring everything up forward a little more. That way I have, that one tile space to put a platform, which I did, and raised it to its highest, which it kind of lined up well enough with the height of the roofs that I was using as walls, and I just had to put a floor on top, so that would act as a roof because it didn't go all the way up. So yeah, put the floor so it would be sheltered, and then yeah, time to furnish. I honestly had no idea what to do. Like, I wanted to give all 8 of them beds, so I was like, yeah, let's put 4 sets of bunk beds. That way, all 8 Sims could have a bed for themselves. And then I was gonna use a platform to kind of, cut that off, and that would be like a bedroom. But I really like where it was going. It was too chunky, and you couldn't really. It took up too much space. That was mainly the big issue I had. It took up too much space, and as you can see, I could not have gotten all 4 bunk beds because they were too darn expensive. So I decided, let's go with those. But they look kind of weird next to bunk beds, and I still didn't have enough space for 2 more. So one Sim would be without a bed. I was like, yeah, let's get rid of all the bunk beds anyway and just put 8 of those beds instead. And it didn't work out because again, too expensive. So what was I to do? I decided, you know what? Let me not focus on sleeping quarters as much because they need other things. So I gave them the trash chute. That was free, thank goodness. And I was like, let's get rid of some stuff. Let's add some stuff. I was realizing that clearly I couldn't afford anything else. So yeah, let's get rid of the bunk beds. And let's put the fridge and the stove. The cheapest we could find. But a counter for a sink. Was it? Did I put a sink there? I don't think I did. Yeah, I was like, I still had to give them, sleeping quarters. So I went back with the cheapest bed I could find. Again, I tried not to use like debug items and stuff. I tried to make it as, fair as possible. I guess that's the right word to use. So I didn't want to really go with any debug items. Like, no shit to anybody who does. I don't really like debug items. So yeah, I gave them like a little table, a little end table, some books, a dining area. And so I decided on only four beds. So they will be sleeping on a shift basis, right? So half of them will be sleeping while the other half is up doing something. I mean, they have four chairs. Actually, no, they have six chairs at this point. No, wait, did I give? No. They had six chairs. They had these four chairs and two bar stools, I believe. So, yeah. I was like, you know what? Inside, I'll focus on, recoloring inside after put everything else down. I was like, let me make this look kind of presentable. I couldn't really decide on what color to go with. I am not the best with, painting and decorating and stuff. In fact, that's my least favorite thing to do. So, I was like, yeah. I eventually gave them two bar stools. Alright. So yeah, while the four Sims sleep, two can be, sitting directly opposite from the sleeping Sims, watching them sleep while, reading. And the other two could, be having a meal. Or all four awake Sims could be having a meal. I try to make it as, unique as possible. So each two Sims have their, respective colors. So these two, they sleep on red. These two, they sleep on blue, and so on and so on. It was starting to look good. It was starting to look good. Now I had enough money for walls, but I didn't have enough money for floors. So they have, the little construction floor. And yeah, I was like, how to make this so that it's not just the construction floor. So I was like, I'll probably, resize a rug. I was trying to make it fit the entire room. But I didn't really like the way it was looking. So I thought maybe I could put, I size up a rug for the sleeping area and then size up another rug for like the kitchen area. But I don't know. I really was at a loss as to what to do with my 52 simoleons. So eventually, I settled. I was trying to figure out which rug because I didn't really like it. I didn't really, yeah. So I placed the rug down, but I couldn't recolor it. So I had to, choose the color at first. And I was like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know. And yeah, that was my bedroom rug. So the rug area is my bedroom. And then this might have been an poor choice, but I realized I put too many rugs and eventually I didn't like how it looked. But I didn't know what else to do. So I left it like that. And yeah, I was just trying to decide on what color to put the outside of the house. But since the walls on the inside, which are the roofs, that color, they are that color on the outside as well. So I had to match the outside with the inside. So the entire house is this kind of turquoise color. And, a contrast with the dark rose. Talking about it like if, it's so amazing, but it's not. Yeah, I decided to not give them any windows in this house. So, I don't know. I think it's okay. It's okay. They have no windows. And yeah, if you ignore the butt part of the house, which is the platform that couldn't be colored, yeah, everything kind of worked out. They have They have beds, they have a kitchen, they have a dining area, and they have a, relax bar stool area with some books that they could read. So now the whole, okay. So now all I was left to do was to test everything out to make sure that they could use everything, to make sure that, let's look at that stove. It's so distracting. It's so horrible looking. The fridge is passable and the counter in that color actually looks really good. But that stove is so not nice. So yeah, I didn't even like check out like the traits and stuff for any of these Sims because I don't care. I probably never will go back with them. I don't know. But yeah, I was just making sure that they could use everything, which you know, getting everybody to use everything all at once was just nice. So the whole crew came inside, and they were able to do everything. Anybody, they relaxed, they lounged, they slept, and yeah, as you can see in the background, everything in the bathroom was usable. So yeah, I think I put this one to cook. I didn't even, and the thing is, this was so embarrassing. It was so funny and embarrassing, but I wanted her to cook, so I could see if everybody would take and where they would sit to eat and whatnot. But I only had 7 simoleons. I couldn't even afford a party size for anything or family size. I could only afford just one single serving. So that was so horrible. But yeah, and with that, you know, that way we used our entire budget. So thanks again, and oh, again, work stuff to do, and I don't even know what their jobs are. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and I hope my ramblings were somewhat, enjoyable. Until next time, bye.